Okay, so, that was an interesting little pause, by OBS there. Oh yeah, we are starting the disease. I also don't know for certain that we are actually 100% ready for the disease. It is what it is. I know that the disease is... I'm definitely not ready for this entrance. It's really fucking dangerous, as I hopefully demonstrated last time. We want to try to... damn it. I'm not certain we actually have the speed to take out... Oh, we do apparently. Camille has sufficient speed to take those out. Without the buff, those enemies are still somewhat dangerous, but not as bad as they would be otherwise. Getting into fights here is very important though, because you need to be able to see. As you can see, there's no differentiation here without the refight. And even without the shout buff from those flies, that bear is pretty fucking dangerous. I'm trying to hold off a little bit on getting into fight with this demon goat. Now everything here is just labeled deformity. So obviously the contextual thing is this was all caused by the disease. Which is kind of neat to have a plague-like thing actually have any level of characterization of that type. I did actually come here with a decent number of stamina restores. So I am not entirely fucked. I don't know how hard the demon goats hit. I suppose if, what is Randolph's agility, actually? I don't get it. Actually, does Randolph have a... Yeah, he has the Caudalote. Sometimes the game is just really weird with, who gets the extra attack with any consistency. I do think, even though it was just a short venture there, I do think it's worthwhile to save after that. Now down here has the obvious, well, yeah. I was hoping to just get the fly, but... Okay, yeah, the demon's goats really, really do hurt. Hold off on this screen for a second. Unnecessarily, as it turns out. And... actually, the light axe was probably unnecessary there as well. If we can get lucky with just grabbing the fly, though, it's not a big deal. Now this time around I haven't shown off why the fly can be scary, and the reason for that is that they can provide a major buff to all of the enemies. And that's scary because it basically makes it so that they can most likely one-shot either one of our characters. Now, we are not set up the most offensively we could potentially be. But we're not, you know, like, way behind on it or anything. I'm not concerned about it here, because while it will speed them up, with just 3 of them, they'll fall real quick. But this is really the first area where trying to avoid combat is really important. I'm actually kind of surprised I don't have the white willstone equipped, but it doesn't fit as well with what we have. In some cases, you just need to get lucky with the direction enemies move. Like, I was trying to get into a fight with just the fly there, because I know that either alone or with other fly enemies, that's not a dangerous encounter. And I wasn't up here, so yeah, it looks like there's nothing here. No, these actually have more HP than I realized. That will help both short-term and long-term. Although I don't recall if that club actually has any purpose or any use in the all-purpose slots. Definitely getting pretty lucky with some of these, but luck can only stick around for so long. I'm opening with the light axe there because the alternative, if we don't get that off, if we hit and do not kill, is most likely a wipe. So I think it's one of these. Okay, it's not the far right one. And okay. Huh. I was thinking one of those 3 was a movable. Huh. Again, they continue to have more HP than I expect. I mean, obviously there's pretty big limits on which of these can actually be moved. You need to be able to step in front of it for one. And this just takes us back here. I should be a little bit more willing to use the stamina restores, just on the basis of we have a lot of them. We don't, conversely, have a lot of the energy restores. seem to recall these guys are not particularly dangerous. Yeah, he got a crit, and it still was only about half health on our lower HP member. That being said, I'm going to restore to before that fight. Well, so odds are, I'd say probably even that one of our characters is gonna die. Oh, we ended up getting lucky there. I'm pretty sure nothing here is worth... Oh? Maybe I'm wrong on those stained wings. Obviously not for Camille, but it's a decent variety there. Yeah, there's just not a good spot to put him. Much like the placebo, I don't have a good spot for him. Well, fuck. Oops. That was a mistake. We ended up not paying for it. Immediately, anyway. I'm pretty sure that there is either one or two chests at the bottom here. And I'm pretty sure that I want what is in those chests. I don't know why the enemies are being a little bit more aggressive than I'm used to seeing out of them. Normally they just kind of amble in place. Well, fuck you too, game. And not enough skill, so... or not enough SP, so... we needed to actually get lucky there. Now we are going to be making our way out after we finish this up. Just because we don't have the resources anymore. Well, fuck. This might be a wipe anyway. We got very lucky with that. Yeah, it's a red chest, which is about the only type of chest that would be worth this level of risk. The slightly dirty clothes. Are they worth it? Honestly, I have no idea. not as armor. Probably not as all-purpose either. Maybe for a third once we get a third? We'll see. I seem to recall it's not that long after here. So I'm going to give pushing forward a try. At least partially because I know that the majority of the enemies up here are going to be these weird suit deformities. Rather than the dragons. Oh, that actually makes recovering here a little bit easier. One of the nice things about the I Believe I Can Fly is it makes it so that on a crit, he does about as much damage as Camille. Which helps to eliminate a lot of threats, given that he has, you know, about 30% crit chance. I think we've seen the better version of Single Horn, which is just Horn. And Horn isn't good enough to still be usable. Oh, actually, if lightning works, or if I guess if Camille just crits, it doesn't matter if lightning works. Now this looks like it's an exit, but it's not. In this area in particular, the enemy, or the area design tends to be consistent as far as what is a non-hidden exit. Which is very much appreciated. The enemies here are a little bit too dangerous for big head games. So I believe our actual way forward is up. There might be. Nope. And I am having trouble with the occasional gravestone hitbox, so to speak. Yeah. Got a little bit unlucky with damage rolls there. Not the biggest thing in the world. Mango skin. I don't know what it does. Oh, we have a magic bean. I can't think of another spot to use a magic bean. So I'm not even going to hesitate on this one. That does mean, of course, we are going to need to make it back here. That is very annoying. Yeah, we've healed as much as we can. And we're going to heal this one off and attack that with lightning, since that should, on average, will provide sufficient damage. Oh, and that leftmost one is a movable. That's in kind of a dangerous spot, though. And I'm thinking there's more than just the goat. Now, I was thinking there was a dragon down here. Well, this is how you say it. Bad. Well, that is as optimal as that encounter could go. And if this seems like it's an exit, or going to be an exit, that'd be right. This is a way back. But we're not done here. Looks kind of like we're done here. But this is a crystal. Memory fragment. You need white willstone in order to acquire this memory. We're not using the white willstone. There's nothing wrong with the white willstone, but it doesn't fit with what we are using, how I'm building these characters. So, given what I had previously mentioned, given what I previously demonstrated, it seems likely, and I did previously mention that we were going to get the holy sword that cuts the dark, and given the fact that this character has all purpose slots, we can tell that this character is going to be with us for a while. Which is why first thing to do is going to be unequip the holy sword that cuts the dark. Now it is pretty good. Now you can see as an all-purpose, it's, I mean, aside from named weapons that have story relevance to the Demon King Chronicle. Oh, I missed the line about the longsword. In the Demon King Chronicle, Sarah specifically uses a longsword. Just an unnamed longsword. That's the story weapon there. The dagger seems to have relevance to the same person as the Star Collar, given that the weapon that took Eretz down was not the Star Collar, but a dagger. But this isn't the relevant area anyway. This is. So you can see that the Holy Sword that cuts the dark is the strongest weapon I have, and it's really good when you crit, because of that critical damage times 2. In fact, for a character that crits a lot, 47, say, it might be, I just realized I'm moving around in XL rather than in the game, it might be the strongest weapon available. The issue being that it would drop her agility. Now that's not a huge deal. The Praying Mantis Axe is still really good at providing agility in the all-purpose slots. The issue is, I'm actually going to come up and change this to just the things that provide extra attack. It's not a fucking lot, for the record. Notice how many of those don't suck. Yeah, it's a short list. And even if we had the Footfalls of Hope, it doesn't provide agility. In fact, none of these things provide as much agility as the Zara Sword. So, it's kind of a shitty situation. Yeah, it would be better now, but it's, I don't, or well, I guess I should say it would be better eventually, but I don't know that it's really a long-term solution. And this hurts the stats. And of course, if we equip that, then it's a matter of, well, that hurts our money production, that hurts the crit stat that the Holy Sword that cuts the dark needs. But I don't know if crit stack. Now if it does, you know, I could move the lucky rabbit over to Randall and have him be trying to stack crit. And what I mean by crit stacks, I don't know if the critical damage times 2 stacks. Because if it does, well, that would make all of his crits stupid. We'll see. Oh yeah, end of the day, we should actually get... Man, we have a lot of crappy weapons. I forget, does the Daybreak Club actually do anything here? Oh yeah, it's the sporadic guard item. I'm gonna want to finish leveling that up anyway. So I'm guessing for the moment he gets to keep the... And probably just gonna go with the... Harry's clothes. And we're gonna go fairly defensively on him. Just because he is level 1. No, I say that, but we won't actually have access to use him for this area. Regardless of what it sounds like. This might actually be the time in which we want to... See, because he goes away. Make the other chatty barber. Do you notice something missing? Like a goddamn fireplace? Like a goddamn fireplace? Chimney? Whatever. Fucking Aaron. We actually have a fair number of glass fragments. Oh, I already got them all. Yeah, I guess it's been a while since I checked these out. Now, as you can see, we actually did pretty good at some of these and not so good at others. I still never remembered to look at the snowfields to figure out where the fuck that recipe is. The nest. I think I know where that one is. The unmapped area, we can't get those things yet. The disease, we have access to everything. We have access to all but one of those chests. The seashore, we just actually need to go through. Sands of Remembrance, just need to go through and look. Demon King Castle, I'm pretty sure everything is in the upper area. The one through which we can access via the disease. So I think now it's time to double check and see if we have anything that can be used by recipes. Yeah, I believe I can fly is... I want to look at the demon wings again before I make that. That's a lot of agility. Because that'd be 32 once leveled and 32 skill as well. And 8 crit. Versus something that gives no agility, but a lot of other stats. And it's a matter of, well, how much would Randolph like that? Tough to say. I mean, drop that in place of... I'm thinking that if we do move him over to the Holy Sword that cuts the dark, make him a chatty barber and move the lucky rabbit over and just, kind of say fuck the extra attack, we might be in a good spot. We'll see. Oh yeah, I was gonna sell shit. We still don't have the wet goop recipe. I'm Unfortunately, this stuff does not sell as well as I would like. I didn't show off the either the parts or the pork, I don't think. Oh, I don't think I showed off that the gold doubloon is the other item drop right up. And it sounds good, and if it were a ×1 edition, so that it provided the same amount of crit when maxed as the Lucky Rabbit, we'd probably have one on each character. It doesn't. The fork's just a strong attack item. The parts are just... well, the parts actually are better than I was remembering. That's providing most of what the Demon's Wings provide, just without the crit. Oh no, it provides the crit. Just without the skill. And the Stained Wing provides... it's too varied in what it can do. So ultimately it's not that good. Some of the stuff I'm hesitant to give up just because it, we don't have too many other options for it. I'm not going to sell all of those just for when we do actually get the Twin Tail recipe. Three-legged frog is, I believe, one of the better armor pieces. And the Xenogalus is I showed off the weapons earlier. It's really not worth it. Not at the point where we are now, anyway. It's about the same damage-wise as the Praying Mantis Axe, which means it's not as good as the Praying Mantis Axe, because that provides agility. It has no special, it just kinda sucks. And we're going to get better weapons. Additionally, as an all-purpose, I seem to recall it does nothing. Nothing of value, I guess I should say. Yeah, it's... according to what I'm looking at, it actually provides agility. There is the distinct possibility of... oh no, I am looking at it wrong. It provides defense. This is, of course, way too expensive. These are, of course, way too expensive. Not that I have the means to... even if I had the cash to purchase the expensive stone, I don't have the means to get the item out of it. Which is kind of annoying. Though we did pick up another couple. I say couple, but it was demonstrably 3. And there are some things here that we want to grab. We need to open one more. Attack Up isn't going to be worth it. Inferno isn't going to be worth it. Basically, the amount of attack up or skill up or HP up, things of that nature that it would require for these to be good is way more than they're willing to provide. Now, the skill up is probably fine. I think these other are stamina and energy. Actually, the energy might be worthwhile. It's not energy. The skill up might be worthwhile. But in this case, actually, the attack up is more likely to be worthwhile because it's more likely to be about 10. Well, it's only 6, but it is what it is. I grabbed that because that'll open the next door. And 6 things here. 6 points. Obviously, we're going to grab them all, right? That's the 260 treasure chest door. Now keep in mind how many treasure chests I previously said exist in the game. 265. You can miss 5 chests in the entire game. That is... Fuck, I can't remember if that is for the final boss or the optional boss. Either way, it's not for a while. 12 recipes. We currently have, it's either 7 or 8. Hero Supplement. Hero Supplement's good, but it's not Dragon Slayer. Dragon Slayer is... It's good, but it has issues. It falls into the same usage pattern as Camille's abilities, in that it requires less than full health, which is very annoying. Destiny's Defeat is one of the most important abilities in the game. Which one is this? Final battle as planned. It's only the final battle once all the players are ready. Now obviously, that is important, that is useful, that is worthwhile. Memory Fragment, Starfall Magic. Effective target? Who the fuck knows? But as we can acquire it, it's obviously the White Willstone. Likely Eritz's Willstone. Now this is important, but it's not important until we are ready to take on the final boss. It's just not particularly relevant until then. Same deal, final battle is planned. The most worthwhile thing here is Dragon Slayer. And we'll want to keep at least 3 things available for the future. Now, given that, I'm going to go back and pick probably just a couple of these. Okay, so I just ended up picking up some more Randolph attack options. The combined sum of that being almost 20 attack. I think it's worthwhile. And yes, that does mean we now have used all 4 all 4 save slots. And all of them are used here. Or in the last, like 15-20 minutes. Now where I'm going here is I'm going to go into the Demon King's Castle. I'm going to look for those 4 chests we don't yet have. I know where some of them are behind enemies, red enemies that we were not set to deal with. I'm also going to, since I don't know if it's a unique encounter or not, I'm going to grab the midpoint enemy here. And for the record, no, there is no way to increase the amount of time you have. It's not. This is what all of the, and see, can be used when under 75% stamina. This is what all of the underwater red enemies are. Now, if that seemed like it was not particularly dangerous, that's because in our current state, it no longer is. These bison, similarly, are no longer that dangerous. The purple ones possibly accepted. I don't remember what's behind here. Oh. This is one of the chests we're missing, conveniently. Now here I'm using Light Axe mostly because we're still underwater. Game? Apparently I just missed the area we needed to step into. Now I'm pretty sure I have demonstrated water killing us, but in the off chance that I have not, I definitely will at some point in time, likely with that expensive stone. This was mostly just to demonstrate that these are not a big deal anymore. We grabbed that chest. I don't think there's anything down here. Nope. Even with the bison not being dangerous, I would prefer to avoid taking unnecessary damage. Because I say that the bison aren't dangerous, but they can still definitely ruin our day if we miss. And we've already done that. And I don't think the rat steps out of line if you have the knives on. I don't think there's... Oh, no. I missed something over here. I could just sort of see the outline for it, but I couldn't tell if it was the leftmost square or the one next to it. Which tends to be how you end up seeing some of the outlines anyway. I'm not seeing one up there. Doesn't mean there's not one, just means that I can't see it if there is. And actually, yeah, he might be doing more damage with regular physicals than lightning. Here, where we're going to be using Light Axe, there's no comparison, but I guess those enemies don't take as much damage, or don't have as much health as I thought they did. And so I'm pretty sure what we need to do here is go further south. I'm going to be grabbing these one at a time just to minimize resources. It's probably not important, but yeah, it looks like I was incorrect. Oh, I would not have found that otherwise. I'd entirely forgotten that that was there. I'm not entirely certain I knew it was there, to be honest. No. And we do want to grab all of the Calamari Avengers. Their attacks are extremely not dangerous. I'm not sure what the Squid Tentacle does. Oh, it's the extra attack +2. Okay, so we have missed the... once we go through here, there's gonna be... Oh wait, no, we already grabbed the item there. There's gonna be another one on the left side. And we already grabbed the items here as well. I'm checking those because I'm not 100% certain that I grabbed those. That's the path to the disease. And this is the path we didn't go down. Either time. Oh no, we did go down this one. Well, we didn't walk to the end of this one. That's for sure. I'm actually surprised there's nothing there. And there was the black dress. And you can kind of tell by the fact that I kept talking about grabbing this earlier, thinking that I had it earlier, I guess I should say. It's not very good. It's mostly just an upgrade of the white dress, and it was relevant a long time ago, so... So that means we still missed an area. I'm just gonna go through this one. It'll require me to walk past some spikes on the, or some arrows on the way back. I'm not concerned with it, not with this area not being especially dangerous. Oof. Well, I guess if you do get double tapped, it does suddenly become more dangerous. Similarly, if we take all of those to the face, that's also somewhat dangerous. But we never took this path, which kind of surprises me, and is almost assuredly where, motherfucker, we did take that path. Actually, I think this is now the quicker way out? Yeah, I could be wrong. Yeah, and that's that leveled up, which means, annoyingly, I would want to swap him over to the Holy Sword that cuts the dark if I had access to it. So of course my dumbass put it on the other character. You might be wondering what happens if those spikes were to pop up while we were in combat. Well, they actually can't. And you probably noticed that we did not take damage from that one set of spikes, even though we probably should have. The game is somewhat generous to the player when it comes to that stuff. It is not quite as generous when it comes to enemies. Usually. Sometimes it does look like an enemy gets hit by a bolt that's coming down and they don't actually get hit, but most of the time it does seem to line up. So I think we got all of them from the Demon King's castle. That's not it. Yes. Now we're still missing one from the nest. I think I know which one that is. I think that's the plant. We're missing 3 from the unmapped area. I think here. That is the 2 chests and the recipe above the nest, which are accessed via the chimney. There's one in the snowfields, which I don't fucking remember. There's 3 in the sands and 6 in the seashore. Oh, and since we got a whole bunch of it, Gopher sucks. Now, why am I keeping one? Because it's relevant to a recipe we're going to get. I'm just gonna leave that one as an eventually. I was thinking about heading to the shore, but I think I'm gonna head to the sands, actually. No, I'm going to do the snort thing, and I'm gonna swap weapons real quick. Now basically, Eretz here only shows up in areas that are mentally charged. Plot relevant. Yeah, probably would be better to have him using a different weapon, but I don't have one that stands up. And he might be the one that ends up getting the damn thing anyway. Now, I have an idea as to where we need to go in the sands. So that was, both of those were Randall. His crits hit hard. So this is helpfully demonstrating that my idea is wrong. Was wrong? I don't know. I'm not very good with tenses. So yeah, when Randolph crits, it you know, it kills a lot of things. Oh hey, some of these enemies can still do damage. A little bit. But basically as soon as we get that first item level, Randolph will be stronger with this, regardless of whether he crits, than he was before. I had forgotten that we had grabbed the slap on the back. Now I think we've, yeah, I was thinking we'd gone in there, I just needed to double check. And if you're sitting there thinking, gee, Laurasia, sure as shit seems like we've seen more than 6 open chests. Are you certain that this game isn't bugged? Well, I don't have a good answer for that one. Because I'm not actually certain the game isn't bugged. I mean, fuck's sake, we couldn't find the fucking twin-tail recipe in the snowfields. Even though I'm almost certain it's next to something. But there's also the distinct possibility that I just, you know, misread where the missing chests were, and I'm going through the Sands of Remembrance for no reason. Yeah, I'm gonna actually head back and double check that one. Because it's not like this is dangerous, it's just tedious. Probably doesn't help that there's nothing that connects to the end. Well, actually, that's not true. Its own teleporter connects to the end of it. Okay, I was confused for a second. We're missing 3 in the Sands of Remembrance, and I was thinking that it was the 6 of 12. 6 of 12 was the seashore. So... it's actually still pretty likely to be more towards the end. This entire path around on the left side. The only time that I explored it, I was not really in a position to be exploring everything, so it's very likely I missed something. Which, you know, it is what it is. Yeah, when Randolph just crits both things, they just explode. So that's relevant to the other thing that we saw that mentioned that the rats are the carriers of the disease. I don't know why this is kind of lit up in the ground. I think that the Sands is kind of fucked up as far as pre-fight stuff goes. Now, one thing I do remember is that I did search this area extensively. But I'm not 100% certain I did a good job with this well. I'll demonstrate that in just a sec. Because we can't get in an encounter here, I wasn't 100% certain that I'd double-checked to actually see if any of those walls could be opened. Now, obviously, there appears to not be any openable walls here. Similarly, it looks like there's no way to get into this building we're in front of, which begs the question, can you get in there? There's an achievement for fighting, I don't know, like 10 enemies or something at once. I'm pretty sure we have it, but if we don't, that big clusterfuck to the right there is actually a good spot to grab it. Now there's 2 exits out of here, I think. Well, in addition to the north exit. I think there was an east one here? I am not misremembering. And I think this east one is... yeah, this is the area directly south of... I'm pretty sure that there's an entrance into this... yeah, it actually looks sort of... well, I can't actually tell. It looks sort of like there's one right there, but I think there's one on the north end. I guess I'm misremembering. I mean, it'd be annoying if that were the case regardless, but, I don't know. Really just not sure where these last chests are. And seeing that one reminds me that there's always the possibility that they're just fucking hidden, or, like pots or something. I don't remember checking out the room to the right here. I probably have, but I don't remember it. And if I don't remember it, there's the distinct possibility that I didn't check it out. Because I'm pretty sure that when I came back from that, I just went to the left. Okay, no, this is a room that I have plenty of experience with. So let's make damn sure. And one thing that I am very grateful for, the videos for this, for YouTube, at least the very first one that I put up, I haven't watched the subsequent ones, which is why they are not available to watch. But they are uploaded, so I just need to watch them and actually give them a title and description and so on and so forth. they look a hell of a lot better than the original 480 ones that I did that are still up on Twitch. This 1080p with the window at 960 actually just ended up looking pretty damn good. And I do apologize for when I was turning my head there, the plosive. That was a screw up on my end. I don't have a pop filter because it was actually creating more noise than it was preventing. I'm certain I've gone into this room, but it'll only take a second. And the reason that it was creating more noise is I have a big beard, and I have the microphone just off axis. And the pop filter is one that just kind of sits on front of it. And it was catching my beard. That didn't particularly hurt. It wasn't that annoying or anything of the sort, but it was definitely creating a lot of noise. So I figured, okay, fuck it, let's pull that off. Worst case scenario, I end up, needing to replace it. But it's been off for... There we go. And the worst fucking part is I can see it without the god... So I'll need to check out... Oh. What the fuck is the point of that? Some of these hidden entrances are just seemingly pointless. Oh, but I never went in there anyway. Weird. Oh, you can't. Don't ask me. I don't know. So that is one of 3 chests. That is about the level of annoyance you can expect from this type of bullshit. And when they are in areas that are relevant to your current level, to your current gear set, it's miserable. Kinda wish there was a quicker way out sometimes. Like, I understand any actual quick way out would be very easily abused. And there are times like this where I don't give a shit. That's annoying. I was trying to get 10 enemies because I think that's the... Fuckers. I think that's the achievement, is getting into a fight with 10 enemies. It might just be... it caps out at 7. It probably does just cap out at 7. Fortunately, there is, as always, an easy way back. Now we're at 24 of 26 for the Sands, and we still have 6 of 12 for the Mirage, and... I'll have to look into those. Oh, we got Well, at least see how it sells. Actually, I'm kind of curious if, what would be the most, or the best way to increase crit for this. Because obviously swapping out the Varnished Birdwing would be 40 crit. We don't really have a lot of really good crit items. And all the ones that we do have that seem to be pretty good for crit are have issues. And I can't double check the Magnificent Zenith from here. I think we're starting to see one of the reasons why you don't... Okay, so it's only 4. Well, 7 as a maxed out. What is it as... That provides... Oh wait, that's... No, that doesn't... That's not providing any inherent. It's 8 as an armor, which is more than anything else. But again, requires you to build for crit. I'm not sure it's actually viable to max out crit. That's not feeling particularly viable. Because that requires the Lucky Rabbit. And there's no reason to fucking make it as such. So without... Interesting. Without using double... Take more damage items. The Keldalata is one of them. The White Willstone's one of them. And the Lucky Rabbit's one of them. Well, I guess I should say without using take more damage items or, endgame, post-endgame, essentially, items. At which point in time you're sitting there looking at the issue of, well, is any of that relevant? Do any of these provide crit? Only the I Believe I Can Fly. It's fucking weird. At least the Holy Sword that Cuts the Dark provides a good amount of attack. So, yeah, I think I'm gonna head to the seashore now. If I knew where that, if I knew where the Twin Tail recipe was, I would go over and grab that, but, again, I forgot to look it up. And I was pretty sure I did know where it was. I was pretty sure it was on top of the thing, and I did go back, and I still just couldn't find it. So. And this is going to be more dangerous than the scorpions. It's still not going to be dangerous in the slightest. Now, it's probable that because I did not do a very good job exploring this area, there are just, unopened chests all over the fucking place. I was interested in precisely one thing when I was going through here the first time, and that was finishing the area. I wasn't that interested in chests. I wasn't that interested in any of this shit. So I think there's a chest up on the area up here. Just because there's no easy way to access it, and I'm pretty sure to get back to where we were is annoying. And it really wasn't worth it in terms of what was actually inside said chest. But 70 gold is technically a chest. So I think it's over here. And I think we want to try to get down. Or we might need to go back around to go down, because I think there's something over there. It looks like that actually comes off of the top area. Or the bottom area. But it looks like this has another route too there. I do apologize for the shuffling noise. I definitely decreased the volume on it, but it's still annoying as shit. You know, it strikes me that there's the possibility we did not fully explore this area. Yeah, because I don't think I went up on that right side, and I'm pretty sure there's, I don't know, at least one chest. And I forget if I commented on it, but this is another area where you can encounter Nana, which is kind of ridiculously late. Well, upside, if this is the way that we went before, there's an easy way back there, so. Which is to say, once we get into the Mirage, we can easily leave. I think I mostly went with the left side routes, which is panning out given that there are a fair number of right side chests apparently. We have picked up half of the chests we missed. which is pretty good for not having spent much time in here. 7 minutes, I think. None of which had me actually knowing where the hell I was going to go for finding chests. I didn't really mean to grab that crab, but... I don't think there's anything here. Yeah, I looked before. I looked last time. I do rather like how ultimately the Mirage feels kind of like an oasis after, Wait a fucking second. No. Huh. Is there not a path to the seashore like I thought there was? Motherfucker. Okay. And I'm really not concerned about this rat. It's got, I don't know, like fucking 20 base rats before it turns into a killer rat. And you remember killer rats. Killer rats were the things that we had to kill a million of to get, what the fuck was it called? Through that rat house, the killer rat house. I think I would dislike this area a lot less if it didn't have that shuffling sound. Which I know I can replace. It's not like any of the sound effects are difficult to find or difficult to play or anything of the sort. I prefer to demonstrate the game as it is without fucking around with those things beyond... Oh, well, I guess that's it. Because I think that was 6 chests in total. It's going to have been 5, almost assuredly. I'm going to have misremembered. But yeah, I kind of prefer demonstrating the game as it came, without fucking around with the audio beyond volume. No, that's it. Okay. So, I think we should have one more achievement. Oh, 2 more achievements. That's the encounter more than 7 enemies. This is going to be in line with the prior ones, deal 300 damage in 1 attack. Now, there are later series ones. Randolph is likely to be the one that gets us those as well. So, oddly, I don't really want most of the ones we still have access to, so... right now, we're good. We're going to get more perks, more perk points, however the fuck you'd prefer to phrase those. I don't know why I double-click those half the time. But we are now at the point in time where it's time to enter. Here. An area with no name. Now we are going to be taking this slowly to start, for a few reasons. I don't think those are enemies. I think those just do damage. One of which is these enemies, the denials, are fairly dangerous. Which is real easy to demonstrate when they miss. Now, 7 levels right off the bat. Also helpfully demonstrates that Eretz's stats are not going to be anything special. Echoic memory. Now, everything here, if I remember correctly, drops an item with the same name that they have. Obviously the drop rates suck because that's just how drop rates in this game are. Damn it. Now, I think these either open things up or turn off flames. I don't remember 100%. It looks like those ones turned off flames. And I would bet that this one over here that we saw before just turns off additional flames. Likely the ones near the additional exit. I don't know why I keep making that mistake. I mean, if I'm being real honest, it doesn't really matter whether Eretz is alive or dead. The major thing here is going to be equipment levels. Oh, that's annoying. Are you serious, game? In this case, I want him alive because it's actually going to be a decent amount of XP. Oh, and we got a couple denials. which are good for defense. And immediately go on ferrets in those slots. So I think the flames should all be gone. Yeah. I don't remember what flames do is probably the biggest issue. And so, the Holy Sword that cuts the dark is capped out on Randall. And for the most part, he's actually in a pretty comparable situation to Camille. I mean, he doesn't have 34 agility from his weapon and his extra attack +1 item. But he does actually have agility from his other 2 slots. Leading me to believe that Camille just has higher base agility right now. So yeah, Dragon Slayer, pretty good. Now, Randolph's normal attacks are going to do about the same amount of damage as Camille's normal attack. So it's really just when he crits that anything special happens. And he's not done that in a bit. Which is annoying, since that's the whole thing that makes him special in any way, shape, or form right now. Obviously, Dragon Slayer helps, but oh, and there's an echoic memory. Just a whole bunch of health. Not bad or anything as such. Probably a better fit. Oops. For Eretz. Just because one of the issues he currently has is a simple lack of health. Oof. Okay, those things hurt a lot. Yeah, I can definitely see why I didn't want to run into those. So in my rushing, which was poorly thought out at best, so now we're going to try to get out. That demon-shaped door. Yeah, we're probably dead. Yeah. So what I was gonna say about that demon... Why the fuck did it... It seems to choose arbitrarily which one is the most recent save. Does it have it now? It does! So, lesson learned: when I want something to be the most recent save, just save to that slot like 4 or 5 times. I don't know why. So. This time, I'm just going to kill these first 2 enemies and get the fuck out. That way I don't have to worry about it. And he has a bit more survivability. I suspect that might be why it checks for the second most recent save, is because it expects you to save and then hit the thing and then save again when you realize, oh yeah, I wasn't at full health at the time. Regardless though, that is going to be it for me.